Hey guys, we are rounding out the end of February and it has been a busy month from fires to heartwarming stories. We're going to give you the top 5, starting with number 5.
At 5, in a highly emotional Randall County courtroom, a judge sentenced the driver who ran a red light on Soncy and 45th, killing 2 and injuring another. News Channel 10's Paige Stockton was in court and explains more about the plea deal put in place.
21-year-old Dawson Pemberton appeared in court today to plead guilty to 2 counts of intoxication manslaughter with a deadly weapon and 1 count of intoxication assault causing serious bodily injury. This crash happened in June 2024, where police say Pemberton ran a red light on Soncy, crashing into a car carrying 3 men. The driver, 18-year-old Edwin Macias, and passenger, 20-year-old Aaron Cervantes of Dimmitt, died at the scene. Another passenger, Alexander Rivera, suffered life-threatening injuries but has since recovered. The sentencing was highly emotional as the victims' families were in court and read victim impact statements. Pemberton, in tears, listened as the families described the terrible loss they feel. They say they wish Pemberton will make the most out of the second chance at life, a second chance these young men won't have. Pemberton will spend the next 20 years in prison and will be required to pay all court costs, attorney fees, and DWI traffic fines.
It is day 4 of our coverage following wildfires across the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. In Texas, the Texas A&M Forest Service has responded to 22 wildfires that have burned over 32,000 acres across the state.
We start with the largest fire in the Texas Panhandle, the Lavender Fire in Oldham and Potter County. This fire has consumed over 18,000 acres, over 28 square miles, and is 60% contained now. Firefighters and Aviation Resources have been working day and night to contain these fires. It began in Oldham County between Boys Ranch and Vega, causing evacuations for neighborhoods. All evacuations have been lifted at this time, and according to officials, the fire is moving slowly. Texas A&M Forest Service has been providing us with updates and others across the area.
The 8-Ball fire continues to burn as well. It started in Armstrong County at the Goodnight Rest area and crossed over into Donley County. The blaze has burned over 13,000 acres and is 80% contained. A state of disaster for Donley County has been declared. Firefighters are currently patrolling containment lines and checking for heat near the fire's edge. 400 homes were evacuated during the fire's peak and over 1,000 homes were threatened. TDEM announced a fire management assistance grant from FEMA has been granted to support response and recovery efforts.
The Ranger Road fire continues to burn in Beaver County and parts of Kansas. This is a big one. The Oklahoma Forestry Service says the blaze has spanned over 300,000 acres, over 400 square miles, and is now 30% contained and remains on active status all the way up to several square miles in Kansas. Some roads remain closed. They are listed on our website.
2 fires in Texas County triggered an evacuation for the town of Tyrone. The first, the Stevens Fire, located northwest in Hooker, has burned nearly 13,000 acres and is 75% contained. The second fire, the Side Road Fire, started between Hooker and Tyrone. It has burned more than 3,600 acres and is now at 85% contained. Officials say in both fires, many homes and structures are a total loss. Luckily, no injuries have been reported in these fires or a cause yet determined. Texas County OEM is asking residents to call the number on your screen to report any damage.
Into the Ronald McDonald House of Amarillo with Jeff Bakos. For me, it was a quick visit, but for Jeff, it was the beginning stage of a huge mission to raise support and awareness for Ronald McDonald houses across the country. He has quite a connection to the charity.
So back in 2013, we lived at the Philadelphia Ronald McDonald House for 254 nights.
That chapter in his family's life developed from a sudden and extreme medical emergency with his daughter Haley.
She was in a coma for 4 months. She stopped breathing. Her heart stopped 10 times. She had thousands of hours of seizures. And for the first 5 or 6 days, my wife and I lived in Haley's room at the hospital.
The family was quickly overwhelmed.
Within 3 weeks, we were not sure if our daughter Haley was going to live or die. I lost my job. I got the first medical bill and it was $2.4 million. So at that point, my wife and I were beside ourselves, and we felt like we were falling off a cliff and there was no end in sight.
That's when they learned about the Ronald McDonald House.
We were just lucky that a family was leaving the Philadelphia Ronald McDonald House, and we called room 37 our home for those 254 nights.
And now Jeff and his wife are on a mission to tell their story of gratitude and to use it to help others.
We're actually on our way to the Albuquerque house, and one dad's mission is going to do another bike journey starting at the Albuquerque house on Monday morning, and we're heading ultimately to California, then all the way up to Seattle, Washington, working our way back east, winding up in Iowa, and it'll be about a 6,000-mile bicycle ride, and stopping at about 28 Ronald McDonald houses across the country to raise awareness. There's no way we could have driven home, cooked, try to get a good night's sleep, and then do it day after day. They took all of that burden away from you. I mean, just knowing that we were minutes from the hospital.
I had heard about his story, and I think when Jeff says, I really didn't know about the Ronald McDonald House until I needed it, that's telling the story right there. And I think the more people that know what we're doing and the services that we can provide, everybody becomes an ambassador.
What the Ronald McDonald House in Amarillo does for families is they take all that burden away from you. So you have a wonderful room to stay, they provide meals, all of the comforts of home at no cost, so you can just focus on your child. I'll ride 65 to 100 miles a day. Liz will drive the RV, and then she keeps me hydrated and fed so I can stay healthy and active as I'm pedaling across the country.
He will now travel thousands of miles on his bike, encouraging others to join the mission.
Each community needs to know how they can help, and it's our mission to spread that awareness of what these great people do here.
One Dad's mission to raise awareness and support for the Ronald McDonald House charities nationwide, starting with a stop here in Amarillo. Now that's some good news. I'm Doppler Dave for News Channel 10.
Evacuation alerts went out for the Lavender Fire last week. One homeowner was still inside the house he had lived in for more than 20 years. Danny Cross stepped outside and saw the fire moving in, giving him only moments to get out.
I had a voluntary evacuation. I stepped out the front door, which used to be here. There was a fire blowing that way, but I had smoke coming at me from behind the house. I looked over there and it was just a wall of smoke and ash.
The Lavender Fire burned more than 18,000 acres near Boys Ranch. But here, it's not just land that was lost. It was a home that stood for more than 20 years and the memories inside of it.
It's heartbreaking. It's just really sad. People in Valle de Oro are a family, and we like to take care of each other. And it's really sad to see any of our family members that have lost anything.
When Danny returned, his home, 2 shops, and decades of collectibles and personal treasures were gone.
It's just stuff. It's just an anchor. And, it's really neat and all, but every new day is an adventure, and starting over is always an adventure.
But despite losing nearly everything, he says this experience changed his outlook on life.
I've really kind of been a pessimist my whole life. I call it a realist, but we all know what it is. And first time in my life, I actually feel very optimistic about the future, and it is, strangely enough, kind of liberating not to be tied down.
To learn how you can help with recovery efforts, visit NewsChannel10.com. There's also a link to a GoFundMe to support residents in Valle de Oro affected by the wildfire.
Hey guys, it's me, Caleb. And today we're going to be talking about the Argentinosaurus and its relatives.
Meet Caleb. He's an aspiring paleontologist who's obsessed with all things dinosaurs. He's also working on building a successful YouTube channel where he can share that love with the world. But Caleb's greatest dream is finding a family he can share it all with.
What do you feel like you need from people?
Love.
How do you?
And they also care and go with you for the hard times.
Caleb knows what hard times look like because he's lived them.
I used to have cancer. like a long time ago though. And now I have alopecia. I've been had alopecia before I had cancer though.
These are the things he wants a family to know about him, not to pity him, but to understand him.
How do you think having a family would help you get there?
I would have more support. And I would have love.
You mentioned wanting to be adopted. Can you tell me more about that and why?
I just want a family.
Yeah, if you got to pick, what kind of family can you describe to us?
Fun family.
What would fun look like?
I'm sorry.
You're okay. Take your time.
In that moment, all of the dreams and grand plans fell away. What Caleb really wants is simple. He wants to belong.
I just want to go home.
He wants to share his passion for dinosaurs, toys, and YouTube with people who are invested in his future. Not because they have to be, but because they love him.
That's all for today. I love you and bye-bye.
Thanks, guys, for joining us. To keep up with the latest news happening, you can go to NewsChannel10.com. You can like and subscribe. And of course, we'll see you next month.